I eat extra sharp. That's what I eat. I admit to always improving.
I don't wear masks like him. Every time you see him, he's got a mask. He could be speaking 200 feet away from it. He shows up with the biggest mask I've ever seen. $7 million for reef fish management, $25 million to combat Asian carp, $2.5 million to count the number of amberjack fish in the Gulf of Mexico. $7 million for reef fish management, $25 million to combat Asian carp, $2.5 million to count the number of
seriously hot, so seriously hot, so seriously hot, so seriously hot, so
Well, you have to understand, the first time I ever heard of Black Lives Matter, they were chanting pigs in a blanket, talking about police. Pigs, talking about our police. Pigs in a blanket, fry them like bacon. Eight months after his alleged meeting with the Burmese executives, so this Burmese, they say, pronounce it Burmese. A real beautiful company.
Hello, users, and welcome to another episodic in-style-ation of Above It All. Sync off. That sounds like a you problem. Looking fantastic as always. Thank you. I look good. I don't know what else to say. Got a show here, folks. I'm going to deliver a broadcast, emphasis on broad, experience today, and it's gonna be live. This is a live show, so it's gonna happen live. This is my headset wire. I just think this is funny. So I'm trying to do like a skit, you know? Like, that might be funny to someone. It's funny to me, so. Throwing shit out there on the wall, see what sticks. I don't know if I was born this amazing, but either way, that's the net result. Hashtag decertify go burr. Whatever the fuck that means. So folks, we got a show here. I got a show. I'm going to deliver a show, a live show. The show is live. It's a show. I often do these shows. These are shows that I have been known to do. I've been known to do a show. This is something I have been doing for a while now. I do the show. Many people are saying it's a show. Oh man, I'm gonna sneeze at some point. Oh, I'm gonna sneeze. Oh, fuck. Max! Maxie! Woof! So we got a show lined up. We got a fucking show. Look at this. We got a dog. Look at this beautiful dog. Look at this beautiful. Look at this. Oh yes. Oh yes. Oh yes. Oh yes. Okay. Oh yes. Look at this dog. Alright, is that enough? Alright, so let's get the show started. Yesterday was day 158? Question mark? Yes. Day 158 of protests in the city of Elizabeth City in the county of Pasquotank County. Elizabeth City, North Carolina. I think I already said that. I'm sorry. I'm a little discombobulated this morning. Anyway, we've been protesting for 158 days straight. There's no real news or anything I can provide to you in between the yesterday's update and this update, except for the fact that we did another daily demonstration. We marched around the federal and the county buildings in downtown Elizabeth City, North Carolina, chanting for justice. We had some people drive along with cars, which is always fun. We got a lot of fun stuff going on. And, So I got a megaphone, and I was using the megaphone to chant things like "No justice, no peace." Right? That's a classic. It's a classic chant. But we've been out here again, basically saying that we don't care that you're rebranding yourself as a peace officer. I don't even know what a peace officer is. It sounds like something out of like a horror movie or something. I don't know. Like, oh yeah, I'm a peace officer. I'm here to help you. I don't know about that. But anyway, so yeah, we've been out here for 158 days. Again, I just want to say I've got court this week on Thursday. So that's something. I don't know if I'll be able to do a show on Thursday. I'm going to try to do a show on Thursday, but, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do a show on Thursday. If I do a show on Thursday, it's either going to be really early or really not so early. I don't know. I could do a show at like 7 a.m. I don't know. We'll see how it's going to happen. Are there going to be any lawsuits? Did they find a bullet in a neighbor's house? They did find bullets in the neighbor's house. I don't know if that's a part of the federal $30 million lawsuit against the sheriff's deputies, though. It might be. But I do know that there's a federal lawsuit that the family of Andrew Brown are waging against the sheriff deputies. That I do know. Yeah, so 158 days, folks, in the books. We're really putting it out there, putting it on the map, and it's in the books. So what can I say about that? But pretty good stuff. The piss officers. I don't know how I feel about piss officers. I'm not so much of a fan of piss officers. Piss officers. Imagine calling yourself a piss officer. Yikes. Fucking piss officers. Piss officers, folks. All right. So this is pretty cool. We got some actual interesting news. This is interesting, I think. I think it's interesting. Maybe you don't, but it's totally possible that you don't. But I personally think it's interesting. And so the Arizona Democratic Party, with 80+ percentage points of their internal voting, decided to pass a resolution saying that if Kyrsten Sinema does not support filibuster abolition, that they're going to vote of no confidence against her. And then also, if she doesn't then abolish the filibuster, they're going to censure her. Now, that's pretty cool. This is what Republicans have been doing all across the country. If you don't support the big lie, we're going to censure you and do all this other stupid-ass bullshit against you. That's what Republicans have been doing ever since the big lie became the standard bearing of the party, and you need to support the fact, or the allegation, or whatever. It's not even barely an allegation. You need to support the conspiracy theory that Donald Trump is secretly the shadow president, otherwise you get censured. So I think that it's good that Democrats are finally playing that hardball with our fucking disgusting, evil, fucking maniacal, dumb motherfucking, like, should go down in the history books as one of the most fucked up motherfuckers in the history of the world, like Kyrsten Sinema and Joe Manchin. I don't think West Virginia is going to do something like this. But anyway, let's read their little thing. Also, Max, look at him. Oh my god. All right, let's read the bullshit. ADP resolution concerning Senator Kyrsten Sinema reaffirmed blah blah blah. Whereas we all are facing a critical crossroads and nothing less than our democracy is at stake. We don't live in a democracy, but whatever. And as all indicators show, Democrats could lose both the House and the Senate in 2022 if we do not deliver the goods. By passing voting rights, what's with these bizarre double spaces, by the way? By passing space, voting rights, healthcare, Medicare expansion, 2-year free college funding, immigration reform, specifically a path to citizenship for dreamers, and then double space, labor rights, green jobs, climate emergency, and then space/no space, environmental protection legislation, and more, comma space, and semicolon. Whereas the AZDP States Committee overwhelmingly, by 91%, passed a resolution in May 2021 officially calling for an immediate elimination of the Senate filibuster, and as 36 Democratic members of the Arizona State Legislature, including ADP Chair Raquel Teran, in June signed on to a letter calling for a reform to the filibuster's rules in order to pass voting rights legislation, and semicolon. Whereas, comma, space, polls show the vast majority of Democrats support ending the filibuster, and that Arizona party leaders include Arizona Secretary of State Katie Hobbs and a bunch of other people that no one in this chat is going to know unless they're from Arizona. Whereas, over the past 6 months, after scores of protests, thousands of phone calls, and letters, comma, space, and 2 peaceful sit-ins at Senator Sinema's office, where some 50 democracy protesters, including Reverend Jesse Jackson and Reverend William Barber, were arrested, Senator Sinema, space, remains steadfast in her support for the filibuster, does not support much of President Biden's Build Back Better agenda, and does not support the platform of the Arizona Democratic Party. So anyway, basically they're saying Sinema's no good, folks. She's a bitch. She's a fucking loser. And we're going to say that. We're going to say it loud. We're going to say it clear. It's not going to budge because Sinema has her paychecks signed by these fucking fossil fuel industries, the pharma industries, drug companies. That's where she's getting her money. That's what you need to understand. So I asked this again. What is a senator? So you're telling me we're all just pretending. Like, it's like, you know, when you're like at summer camp or whatever, and you're all playing like werewolf. Who's the werewolf? Right? It's all make-believe. It's a game. You made it up. There is no werewolf. There is no senator. What's a senator? You're telling me that we're going to allow tidal waves and tsunamis to engulf hundreds of miles of coastlines and kill millions of people because, the precious senator didn't support. What? We're going to allow kids to die of a deadly virus and starve to death? We're going to involve ourselves in wars over water because, the senator! Oh, yes, the senator said so. Are you motherfuckers stupid? There is no such thing as a senator, right? So we gotta all stop playing make-believe. We gotta abolish the motherfucking Senate already because this shit is embarrassing. And if you don't support abolition of the Senate by this point, you're a dumb motherfucker. But this is pretty good. Kirsten Sinema needs to get her fucking, shit together. If she's gonna pretend and play make-believe, I mean, she's gotta at least do her goddamn job, and that's not happening. And we all need to realize that why it's not happening is the reason why we shouldn't have a Senate in the first place, and the reason why we shouldn't have money in politics at all in the first place. And maybe I can go a step further. The reason why we shouldn't have money in the first place. Whoa, abolish money? That's right. Anyway. The motherfucking senator? How is the wiki feed going? That's a great question. Let me look. Let's find out. I'm at a solid 4 stars at this current moment in time. Whew. There haven't been any comments in a while. All right, folks. So I have this video here that is pretty good, and I just wanted to share this. This is a video of folks in Mexico on the Mexican side of the Mexico-U.S. border assisting and helping the Haitian migrants that are currently being whipped and harassed and assaulted on the United States border because the United States is a terrorist country funded and ran by terrorists, and they're causing destabilization in countries, and then when those governments collapse, they're, sorry, you've got refugees, sorry, we can't do it because the United States is a terror state. But anyway, even though I'm a vegetarian, I have to say that the grill looks pretty cool. But these are people on the Mexican side of the border helping out with Haitian migrants, providing them food, water, and shelter while they try to get to their friends and family on the other side of the border and maybe bring some food over there, or maybe bring people from the United States back to Mexico. There's a lot going on. But either way, it seems that a lot of people are being taken care of, and that's good. And this is what really we need to talk about, that this is what real actual human solidarity is. Just helping random people you've never met before just because they're people. Have you ever heard of that? That's a fascinating concept. That's a person. It's a human being. That is that's a person, right? They have a consciousness like you. They're a person. And just by sheer nature of being a person, you should feel compelled to help them if they are in need. That's just, in my opinion, that's how human society should work. But that's just my opinion. I guess I'm in the minority. But people on the Mexican side of the border are trying their best to help out with the crisis, and that's pretty good. But again, the United States is a terror state. It's ran and operated by terrorists, and that's probably not going to change anytime soon. But either way, we got to do what we can outside of relying on the government. Alright, so I'm going to talk about cops, folks. Because cops are really funny. This is pretty good. Alright. Police officers of the law. That's right, folks. That's right. We're talking about cops today. 8 unvaccinated New York Police Department officers are currently in the hospital with COVID-19. Look at this dog. He's so precious. Police Commissioner Dermot Shea said in a video message to the department Friday, urging them to get vaccinated. I love this image here, by the way. 8 it's just a picture of their little patch or whatever. 8 unvaccinated New York Police Department officers hospitalized with COVID-19. Officers down, folks. Let's read the article. New York City, WABC. 8 unvaccinated NYPD officers are currently in the hospital with COVID-19, including a 23-year-old who is fighting for his life. Yikes. Probably should have gotten vaccinated. Police Commissioner Dermot Shea said in a somber video message to the department Friday, urging them to get vaccinated. Why do I keep coming back to you on this? Because I'm talking to family members. I'm talking to you and I don't really give a shit what they're saying. Shea revealed Thursday that just 62% of police officers are vaccinated, one of the lowest among city agencies. We've had 28,000 people in the NYPD vaccinated. Of those people, this is definitive, of those 28,000 people vaccinated, we have about 225 that got positive COVID tests after the fact. Think about how small that number is. Of those 225 people that get a positive COVID test after getting the vaccines, not one of them went to the hospital. That's how strong these vaccines are. And this is the chief of police basically saying, can you please stop killing yourselves? Can you please stop killing yourselves? Please stop killing yourselves. I'm saying, I'm a non-interventionist. I'm anti-war. Right? My thing is, again, non-interventionist. That's what they call me. If someone is going out there refusing a vaccine that's free and readily available, and then they end up dying because, hey, non-interventionist. I'm just saying, when it comes to police, following the law. I am looking respectfully. That's all I can say. To the NYPD members, you've got to, in this day and age, everyone has to be safe, and you've got to set the right example. They're not going to do that because they're dumb, folks. Cops are fucking dumb. Let's go to Massachusetts. Boston, Massachusetts. We are disappointed in the judge's ruling. However, we respect her decision. It is unfortunate that the governor and his team have chosen to mandate one of the most stringent vaccine mandates in the country with no reasonable alternatives. That's right. In Massachusetts, they are mad because they have to get the vaccine. In New York, everyone who's leading New York, they're a bunch of pussy little bitches. They're afraid to actually enforce the law and law enforcement. But in Massachusetts, it seems not to be the case. Throughout COVID, we have been on the front lines protecting this. Of course, they've been protecting the citizens of Massachusetts and beyond. Simply put, all we are asking for are the same basic accommodations that countless other departments have provided to their first responders, and to treat a COVID-related illness as a line of duty injury. It is not a line of duty injury. You are a dumb motherfucker. You cannot possibly say that you are protecting people while you're spreading a deadly virus in those communities. You just can't do it. Like, I wonder if you could possibly track this, right? How many people getting COVID is a result of interactions with police? Like, I wonder if police, you know, just harassing the shit out of minority communities has anything to do with them having higher rates of COVID transmission. I'm just wondering. I'm just throwing that out there. To date, dozens of troopers have already submitted their resignation paperwork. Good. Get a fucking another job. Mow my lawn, motherfucker. Many of these troopers are going to be returning to their previous municipal police departments within the state that allows for regular testing and masks. The state police are already critically short-staffed and acknowledge this by the unprecedented moves, blah, 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 blah. Who gives a shit? Take the fucking vaccine. You are a dumbass. So that's what's happening. Cops versus COVID, folks. It's not a good matchup. I think COVID's going to win this one. But again, this is one of those things where both sides really suck. You know, like, this is like when, you know, like Nancy Pelosi and, like, you know, tore up the paper or whatever in Donald Trump's speech and they're all yelling at each other on Twitter for days. Both sides suck, and you just get to be in the middle laughing at, you know, like that picture, that meme image of, like, the people at the outdoor party, like, fighting each other, and then there's that kid in the background with the bong. That's us right now. We're the kid in the background with the bong. We're just having a good time watching them fuck each other up. Cops and COVID, folks. It's incredible. And again, this is one of those situations where you have 40% of cops are domestic abusers. That's self-reported. And 80% of cops voted for Trump. That's self-reported. And so it's just a big, giant shit show. You know, like, these are far-right, mostly extremists, far-right extremists. And they don't believe in science. So, yikes. It's almost like that has consequences. Look at this dog. Like, look at that dog. Are you aware? Are y'all aware that there is a motherfucking dog behind me? Are you aware? And he's making dog noises. That's the best part about dogs, is when they make noises. Like, you forget they exist, and then they make a noise, and you go like, yep, that's a real thing. Oh my god, I love him. Woo! Folks, we have a stunning admission. So, Jimbo Dumbo, one of the dumbest Dumbos in the history of Dumbos, made a tweet the other day announcing. So, first of all, Ron Placone, Jimmy Dore's hype man, made a tweet about, I was wrong about Tulsi Gabbard. I was wrong about Bernie the Squad AOC. I was wrong to think our electoral system could somehow be the solution. I know now it will never be. Hashtag General Strike. So Ron Placone, Jimmy Dore's hype man, the guy who follows him around at all times and says, yep, on his podcast. So, yep, yep, that's right, that's right, yep, yep, that's his role on the Jimmy Dore show, to just say, he's the hype man. He goes in the background and he just says yes all the time, so people think that the dear leader, Jimmy Dore, is a good guy. But again, let's be real here about what this tweet entails, right? Like, so Jimmy Dore says, same, all heartbreakers for me. Okay. So, first of all, why did you think the electoral system could somehow be the solution? Why did you think that in the first place? Like I'm 25, okay? Right? So it's like, I mean, so, like, I'm pretty young. So, like, you know, after my first election, I kind of realized, this system ain't too good. These motherfuckers are like 50 or something. Like, how did you last like 50 years? How did you last through like Bill Clinton and go like, you know, maybe we can. How did you go through George W. Bush and go like, maybe it's possible? How did you go through Barack Obama and go like, maybe we could possibly get something out of that? Like, I'm sorry, that just shows some pretty stupid stuff. But okay, they're on the right side on that one. Okay. So now we are at a point where I was wrong about Tulsi Gabbard. I was wrong about Bernie and the Squad and AOC, implying that they are of the same category. Tulsi Gabbard has always been a right-wing sheepdog. That's what her entire role was. You could look into her history with cursory research back in 2018 and 2019. When she was gearing up to run for president, you could look into her history and see she had extensive connections to cults, she had extensive connections to fascism, and she had horrible foreign policy. But these dumb motherfuckers were like, oh, Tulsi Gabbard says she's anti-regime change wars. That's pro-war as long as you're not going to change the regime. You can bomb and drone strike, kill civilians, that's great, as long as you're not toppling the government. Yeah, no, I'm anti-regime change war. That's like, I am supportive of affordable healthcare. What is with that additional word? You don't need that word. But these people are dumb as shit. So they thought, oh, she's anti-regime change war. That must mean she's like me. She's a peace lover. That's why she's secretly doing ops in Africa and who knows what the fuck she's up to. Going on Tucker Carlson's show supporting drone strikes. Right. But again, I was wrong about Bernie the Squad AOC. What does that mean? Like, what does any of this mean? I'm going to click on this tweet. Is there a follow-up? No, there's no follow-up. What does any of this mean? Tulsi has always been an out-and-out right-winger. What were you wrong about when it comes to Bernie? What was the wrong thing? Like, if you thought Bernie Sanders was the superhero and he was going to run through, I'm going to take this book out of the bookshelf in the majority whip's office, and then I'm going to run down the hall and I'm going to go to Nancy Pelosi's secret chamber. I'm going to open the bookshelf and then I'm going to read the tome, and then I'm going to get the candlelight and I'm going to read from the ancient tome, and then I'm going to run to the Library of Congress with Nicolas Cage, and we're going to grab that book that's went up there. It's a little dusty, and we're going to open that up, and then we're going to rip the page from 6, and then we're going to add them, and then we're going to read them by the candelabra, and then boom, Medicare for all. What did they think Bernie Sanders was going to do? What did they think the Squad was going to do? Like, seriously, if you supported Justice Democrats in 2018, what did you think the goal was? Like, I'm sincerely asking, because when Bernie Sanders lost in 2016, I still supported the Justice Democrats. I did not expect them to, star in National Treasure 5. I did not expect them to do that. I expected them to be a voice in Congress for ideas that I agree with. That's what I expected. And that's what we've got. That's exactly what they have given us. They've given us a voice in Congress. But these people, for whatever reason, seem to be under the impression that they were going to bust in there, then Nicolas Cage is going to fucking jump in through the window, and then, he's going to have the ancient scroll that he got from, the Philadelphia Museum, and then we're going to, unlock Medicare for all. It's just going to happen. There's going to be some magical, spray that's unleashed from opening the ancient tomes, and then everyone's going to be like, oh, they fall asleep, they wake up, and they support Medicare for all, they go in and they vote for it. That's not, what did they, I sincerely ask, what did they expect? And they never, because they've never extrapolated on this. What did you expect AOC to go in there and do? I don't know. It's weird. And also, again, what did you expect Tulsi Gabbard? What did you expect of her? From her? She was already in Congress throughout most of this. Most of her bills sucked. Her last bill as a congressperson was anti-trans garbage, which probably Jimmy agrees with. But again, I'm asking you sincerely, what the fuck is this shit? These people are dumb. They're dumb. They are dumb as fuck. To Jimmy Dore Hype Squad, they are dumb as fuck, folks. And I gotta be very honest about that one. Max is laying with his eyes open because the doodle's downstairs woofing. Max is like, I'm trying to get some goddamn sleep here. Look at him. I'm trying to get some goddamn sleep here. Look, his eyes are wide open, his ears are perked up. He's like, I just want to fucking sleep. That's all I want to fucking do. Nope. Now it's too late. He's trying to get comfy. It's too late. This is when you wake up and you're trying to get comfy again. And you just lay there and it's like, nope, it's not going to happen. It's just not going to happen, folks. Yeah, he's wide awake. All right. So there's more when it comes to Jimmy Dore's dumbassery. So 14 hours ago, as of this show recording, Jimmy Dore tweeted some cringe. So I want to be very clear before I get into this video. Take the fucking vaccine. This isn't a joke. This isn't a, oh, I'm gonna go make a statement. No, you're a fucking moron. The only statement you're going to make is when you say, I wish I was vaccinated on your fucking deathbed, you stupid fuck. Get the fucking vaccine. Because when we all get vaccinated, maybe we can end up like Norway. But we've got anti-vax YouTubers like Jimmy Dore going out there and posting cringe. So he posts this article, and along with it, just a single quote. No commentary, just an article and a quote. Norway has decided to treat it like other respiratory diseases, such as influenza or the cold virus, because according to the Norwegian Institute of Public Health, it is no longer more dangerous than these. Anyone who thinks Jimmy Dore is a leftist is fucking stupid. You are a dumb motherfucker. And I don't think there's any amount of intervention that could be done into your brain that would allow you to see how fucking stupid you are. If you are an anti-vaxxer and you claim to be a leftist, you're not a leftist, you're a fucking moron. You're a stupid fucking serial killer wannabe dumb fuck motherfucker. Okay? Do you want to know why Norway has decided that coronavirus is not that big of a deal in comparison to other diseases? Well, as Fizzy Pickles on Twitter decided to do, they read the article. In the article, it says, this isn't like an outside source. This isn't like I had to go find another source. I had to go look at the vaccination. It's not like I had to go Google. This is in the article. In fact, I'm going to open this article that Jimmy Dore looks at, and I'm going to show you where it is in the article, because I looked at this before. In Norway, 90% of the population over age of 18 have received their first dose, and 83% have received their second dose. Folks, the reason why Norway is able to consider corona in the same category as the flu is because of the vaccination percentage. But Jimmy Dore is so goddamn fucking up his own asshole. He responds with this. That's what the establishment wants you to think. Keep dividing the country when this is the reality. Okay, so the establishment... Okay, so Fizzy Pickles then adds commentary of, what is it down the Bible Belt? 50%, question mark. So first of all, the establishment wants us to think Norway has 90% vaccination? Why would the establishment want us to think Norway has 90% vaccination? Okay, or does the establishment want us to think that the Bible Belt has 50% vaccination? What does the establishment want us to think? I don't know. But either way, he links this article why only 28% of young black New Yorkers are vaccinated. Now, I want to be very clear here, right? I understand why people would be apprehensive to take the vaccine. There is a multi-pronged approach here that I think a lot of people that are responsible are in the government. The government should have a much better outreach program, a much better education program. Absolutely. I get why people, especially black people, would be apprehensive of the vaccine, given the medical experiments that Nazis have performed on them, basically since black people have come to this country. That being said, get the fucking vaccine. Right? I'm going to be very clear here, okay? Like, the problem here is education. The problem here is the CDC has no outreach. Joe Biden does no outreach. There is no education in this country at all. And also, to claim that because there are some small pockets of black communities that are apprehensive of the vaccine, that means all vaccine skepticism is okay, I'm sorry, you are a dumb motherfucker. You're a dumb motherfucker. I'm sorry. And the lack of education efforts from the government they're also dumb motherfuckers. But you know who else is a dumb motherfucker? Jimmy Dore. Because this has nothing to do with the fact that Norway is able to classify COVID as a lesser dangerous disease because of their vaccination. They've reached 90% of vaccination, and that is why COVID is not that big of a deal, because people are vaccinated against it, and if they get it, the worst that's going to happen is they're going to have, right? That's the worst that's going to happen because they're fucking vaccinated, okay? To compare that with black Americans' specific skepticism, I'm sorry, it is so fucking disgusting. It is preying on the lack of information. It is treating black people as pawns, and it is disgusting what Jimmy Dore is doing here. But Fizzy Pickles responds, vaccine coverage for Alabama, 43%, Georgia, 46%, Louisiana, 47%, Mississippi, 44%, and so on. What do you think, that these numbers are conspiratorially made up, or that they don't matter? Right, and so Jimmy Dore has not responded. But again, the establishment wants us to think what? What does the establishment want us to think? Also, Jimmy Dore took the vaccine. Like, I'm just like, we're fucked. I don't know what to tell you. We're fucked. If people like this have any sort of respect in our society, we're fucked. We are fucked, folks. We're fucked. And again, to claim that because some communities have been historically really fucked over when it comes to medical experimentation, right? Again, in the 1950s and 60s, a state like North Carolina, for example, was actually sterilizing black men in order for them to qualify for government assistance. If you wanted food stamps and you were black, you had to actually get sterilized. What the fuck? And there are all other sorts of medical experiments that took place, especially when you go back to the slavery days of America. So I understand why black Americans would be skeptical. But also, again, we live in a country that is not, we don't have education in this country. No one in this country is educated. They are all taught and programmed certain behaviors to make them good little workers. No one here knows anything about anything. All they know is they have like gut reactions to things that they know a little bit about. That's what 90% of Americans are running on. Small instinctual reactions based on things that they've not researched but they've heard around town. That's what most people think, right? And the vast majority of those that are unvaccinated at this point are anti-vax Republicans, Bible-worshipping, stupid-ass Jesus motherfuckers, all right? That's the kind of people that we got to focus on. Those are the main problem, and that's the audience Jimmy Dore is peddling his shit to. You're not telling me that someone who's like a low-income worker and who's like 20 in fucking New York is watching Jimmy Dore. I'm sorry, I don't believe that. I don't believe anything that that's the case. And also the establishment wants us to think Norway's 90% vaccinated. What the hell does that even mean? It doesn't mean anything. And I mean, also we have situations where like in my community, in Elizabeth City, like it's mostly black people that wear masks and get vaccinated, right? Like I live in a situation where it's basically 50-50 white and black. And all the white people, for the most part, are looking like doofuses without masks on. Whenever I go to the grocery store, it's usually 90% of white people have no masks on. And we can only assume their vaccination status from that. And 90% of black people do have their masks on. So, I mean, it's just, the whole thing is stupid. The whole thing is stupid. Jimmy Dore is stupid. And I can't believe anyone watches this motherfucker. I really can't. In fact, I won't. I refuse to believe it. I'm just going to live in my own fantasy world where that doesn't happen. All right, folks. we're going to get into the last segment of the show for today. And that is Marjorie motherfucking goddamn fucking son of a bitch fucking cock sucking Taylor ass motherfucking ass fucking Green. I like the word fuck. So anyway, we got a lot going on here. A lot going on. So she tweeted out these videos. I'm sure there's more, but this is all I got for now because I'm not going to like look into it too much. I'm just going to look at her scanner Twitter page. You know how it is. So Marjorie Taylor Greene, the Georgia Republican, whom is, I mean, you know, she went to the Trump Georgia rally, and this was the reaction. Let's watch. So that's kind of what's going on in Georgia right now. Now again, I agree, impeach Biden. But I also agree, impeach Trump again. I agree with impeach Obama, impeach Bush, impeach Clinton, impeach every single elected official that has ever violated international law. Impeach every single public official who has ever committed a war crime. Impeach every public official, even if I just don't like them, because impeachment doesn't fucking matter. It's a political process, and we should use it to basically say, yeah, we should impeach Andrew Jackson. We should impeach Thomas Jefferson. Impeach all the motherfuckers. We established with the last impeachment that you can, in fact, impeach someone after they've left office. It is, in fact, doable. And we should. We should impeach every single one of these motherfuckers. But no, these people aren't in favor of that. They just want to impeach Biden over some stupid bullshit because they're petty little losers. That's what they want to do. Yes, I saw Lauren Boebert's tweet, impeach Biden. It's really good. So anyway, she went out there and she spoke some bullshit. Let's watch.
Well, let's be real. This is something we know down in the South, and, you know, you got to have common sense to understand. The climate has always changed, and no amount of taxes and no government on the planet can do anything to stop climate change. So, well, let's be...
She tweeted this. She wanted people to see this. Let's move on. This is what Donald Trump has to say. So, she doesn't believe in climate change, or rather, she believes the climate changes, but that it just changes. It's just changes, bro. This is what Donald Trump has to say.
And a person who's very low-key, a person who I got to know really well.
As we can see, we have the Blacks for Trump squad in the background. Of course, they're representing.
A person that the press does not treat fairly. And I will tell you right now, just in a sentence, she's really tough and she's really, really smart. Marjorie Taylor Greene. Very smart. They don't like to say that, do they? Huh? They don't. She is smart as hell. She knows what's going on. She knows what's going on. Thank you, Marjorie, and you are loved. You are loved all over the country.
She is very smart. Folks, I really need y'all to understand what Trump is building here. Trump is building a fucking disaster right here. Like, people, and again, it's funny, it's great, ha ha ha, Marjorie Taylor Greene's so funny, so random, LMAOXD. But these are the motherfuckers that are going to be knocking on your door in 10 years with their Bibles telling you to come with them. These are fascists right here. These are the modern Nazi Party members. You need to understand the historical similarities between Nazism, the rise of Adolf Hitler, and this. These people are Christian fundamentalist nationalists that want to enforce their own version of Sharia law, but it's just from the Bible. But it's not actually from the Bible, it's from their own bizarre version of the Bible that doesn't actually exist, right? They want to destroy all of our lives and our planet because of Jesus. Jesus went to me and told me that I'm gonna kill the world. You ever see The Dead Zone or read The Dead Zone? It's a Stephen King book, and it's a movie with Christopher Walken, right? If you've seen the movie, if you've read the book, you know what I'm referencing. That's all I've got to say. But anyway, maybe you can read the Wikipedia page if you don't know. But anyway, what is it gonna take for us to get out of this trajectory? Because I've been alarming about this trajectory for the last couple of years. People go, oh, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. Other people have been alarming about this trajectory for the last 20 years. Oh, it doesn't make sense. Oh, no. Climate's not changing. Remember that dumb motherfucker brought the snowball to the Senate? Climate's not changing. I got a snowball. Folks, we're fucked. I don't know what else to tell you. We are fucked. And again, it goes without saying, we are not being fucked in the good dick way. Because if we were being fucked in the good dick way, this would be no problem. This would be all pretty great. You know, I'd just be chilling. But we're not getting fucked in the good dick way. We're being fucked in the really bad way. And I want y'all to understand how bad this way is. This is not good. This is really bad. And again, it's really funny, but also... laughter is a coping mechanism. I'm coping right now. I'm seething and I'm coping at this current moment in time. And I really don't even know what else to say. Like, we are losing and we're losing hard. I don't know what else there is. But we're losing and it's not a good loss. I mean, again, that's all I got to say. I'm out of coffee, folks. Look at this dog. Look at this. He's awake. He's alive. God dang demon rats. Goddamn demon rats. Alright, folks, that's the show. Maxie, you want to say something? Max! This bitch is like, why is this bitch talking to me? I just want to take a nap. I thought you were cutting down. I'm having 1 cup in the morning. I just happened to have woken up like half an hour before the show started. But I'm having 1 cup, 1 elephant of coffee. Because this is not the standard cup size. But I'm having 1 elephant of coffee in the morning when I wake up. I just normally wake up much earlier. How does my dog stay calm during all my rant? This is how I am all the time. I'm always screaming. Even when I'm alone, I'm just screaming. I'm like, because I'm a fucking crazy liberal. Max. Boop. 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 Look at this motherfucker. Boop. Come on, Maxie. Come on. Come over here. That's right. Look at this dog. Look at the dog. I'm gonna cry. Doggy, doggy.
The world is actually a small piece of the universe, right?
will file articles of impeachment against President Joe Biden.
And then they have cans of soup. And they throw the cans of soup. That's better than a brick because you can't throw a brick, it's too heavy. But a can of soup, you can really put some power into that, right? And then when they get caught, they say, no, this is soup from my family. They're so innocent. This is soup from my family. It's incredible. And you have people coming over with bags of soup, big bags of soup, and they lay it on the ground, and the anarchists take it and they start throwing it at our cops, at our police. And if it hits you, that's worse than a brick because it's got force. It's the perfect size. It's like made perfect. And when they get caught, they say, no, this is...
Retweet. That was an opinion of somebody, and that was a retweet. I'll put it out there. People can decide for themselves. I don't take a position.
You're not like... Created Pokemon Go, but I'm trying to figure out how we get them to have Pokemon go to the polls.
Yeah. I eat extra sharp. That's what I eat.
They felt pretty comfortable after day 2.